Hi everybody. Hello. How you doing? We are in one day 28 of our gratefulness challenge. We've completed 28 days. There we go. 28 days of our gratefulness challenge. Yay, we're holding on. We're almost there. We've been more than halfway there for a minute, but now it's like we're really downhill. So how are you guys doing? I hope you're hanging along. I hope it's been beneficial. I hope it keeps becoming even more beneficial. Side note, I think I've been avoiding this video. I was about to come up here looking all sorts of kinds of haggard, but I decided to, look like I took a bath and actually take one. And I have on pants today too. I have on pants and I have on a queen shirt just for you guys. Come on, queens. Hey, queenie. And once I started going, I just did a little too much. Put on too much makeup, too much jewelry. What's why? So, but I tried to come correct for y'all because it was about to be real bad. Best believe me, it was about to be real bad. Don't know where to look. Anyway. How's the challenge coming for you guys? Are you holding on? I can tell you what's been going on with me. My gratefulness statements for the past week, maybe week and a half, has been less surface level. When I first started, I'm grateful for my mom, I'm grateful for my sister, I'm grateful for my niece, I'm grateful for my nephew, for my brother, my other sister, my eyes, and those are all things to be grateful for, and those are all things to, thank God for, because the fact that you have working limbs is something to be grateful for, because there's people who don't have that. But as this time has gone on, it's just become a little deeper. For instance, like one day I wrote, I'm grateful God trusted me with this suffering, knowing that I would still trust him in the end. And I was like, where did that come from? I'm not happy I'm suffering, but I can have a little more clarity on things now, and I can see, at the end of the day, everything's going to work out for my good. And oh, God put this on me. He trusted me with this because some other people couldn't handle this. And let's just tell me, all the things that I've been going through, I can't handle it. But by the grace of God, I'm going through them. And so that's a good thing. I'm grateful for another example. I'm grateful for people who prayed for me when I couldn't pray for myself. Like this past 2 years for me have been particularly rough. And so, I'm really great. I'm just grateful for the people who prayed me through. And I'm grateful for God carrying me when I just couldn't walk. I'm grateful for God sticking with me when I was just like, I don't like you no more. I don't want to talk to you. You get on my nerves. Okay. Anyway, the other thing that has come about between the gratefulness and the meditation is I'm starting to realize that my current journey and where I am in my life right now may just be a test. Like a test to see if despite what God gave me or took away from me, would I still love him, or would I still trust him, or what, you know what I'm saying? And even if it's not a test, even if it's a trial, even if it's something that I did, because for a long time I was like, what did I do? God, just I repent. Just give me all that I had back before. Just give me everything. I want it all back. Even if it's not, even if it's a consequence, I'm grateful for the opportunity to come out with an more intimate and greater knowledge of who God is. Talk about deep. I don't want to go through half the stuff I go through, but you know, here it is. And that's what came out of the gratefulness statements for today. And I did not cry while saying that. Amen. Okay. Meditation journey. I did on Saturday or Friday, I did a 20-minute meditation by the Mindful Christian. The Mindful Christian meditations are really, really, really good. I've posted some before. There's a 5-minute one or 7-minute one that I've posted, a 10-minute one, and then there's like a whole hour one. But you can just cut it off when you want to. That meditation that I did, it was a 20-minute one because I just had the time and I wanted to do it. At the end of the meditation, it said something about breathing in God's love and letting go of, it's coming. Letting go of shame, like release shame. And that was so powerful for me. Like I started bawling, because like this past, of course, everybody's been going through it. We're all universally going through this pandemic. In some cases, some people have been hit a little harder than others. Some countries, like our country, has been devastated by it. And that's a whole nother can of worms. I ain't going to talk about it, but y'all know, you know what I'm talking about. But for me, the pandemic is just, actually for everybody else, right? The pandemic happened, but you still had your normal life. You still had wherever you were. And now, whether good or bad, now this on top of that. So it either exacerbated your struggles or it made stuff a little more difficult, right? So the person who had children is now a teacher. You know, people who had to go into the hospital for treatments have to go to the hospital for treatments in the middle of a pandemic where they're telling you don't even go to the hospital, right? Like if it's a non-emergency procedure, don't go. So it just exacerbated for me. But for artists, it's been harder. Like our whole industry has like shut down. But then for me, I was already kind of in a bad way. And so, like, it's just a lot of shame. I don't know what other people, I don't know what they deal with, but for me to not be doing what I feel like I was born to do and what all my degrees are in and what all of like my efforts of the past couple of years have been going to not do it is a great deal of shame for me. And like I just like hid away. Like I didn't want to be seen. Like I didn't want to talk to nobody. Like I don't want to go to Walmart and have somebody come up to me like, where are you? Or where have you just come from? Or where are you about to? I was talking to the mayor the other day. Not the other day, but I saw the mayor and he was like, hey, Joanna. And it's funny that I can say that. But he's like, where are you coming from? Where are you about to go? Or where? And I was just like, you know, I'll get back there. Like, like trying to save face and, you know, not knowing what's going to happen, but I just have to trust God. And it's just been hard. It's just been really, really, really hard. And so the great deal of shame that I felt that comes along with not being able to perform or all of that, like, it just broke me down and like just really like ate me away. And it's just been hard. It's so to have that meditation where they were like, release shame, like release all of that. And I was just like, I mean, I guess I released it because I was just crying. I just cry. This is a longer video than usual. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not even going to edit. I'm just rambling, but that was really good. So I'm really grateful for that meditation and that I was able to sit down for 20 minutes and do it instead of just the 5 or the 10 or whatever. Oh, good news. I had a job interview, and my old temp agency in New York, Atrium, is looking for people to do remote work. So what I'm grateful for is I emailed one of the HR people, and she said, I remember you. Yeah. So I emailed her one day. The next day I had an interview, and like, she remembers, she's like, hi Joanna, it's always nice to see you. Yeah, I remember you. Where have you been? I haven't worked for Atrium in 2 years because I haven't had to. And like, she's like, so what have you been doing? It's like, I sing. I'm a much better singer. I'm a much better dancer. I'm a much better actor, or I was able to do Lion King. And she's like, oh, really? That's so awesome, right? So like the fact that she remembered me, and she's like, I'm gonna onboard you. Can't guarantee, like, they have a lot of work, but they don't have a lot of day work like they used to. So for like the next 3 weeks or the next month, actually, I would be able to do like what I used to do was like 3 days here and audition on this day. I got 3 auditions on this day, so I can't come, but that's okay. I'll take these 3 days. I'll take this one day. I'll come back the next week. Like, I can't do that. They're looking for more like long-term work, but still, and it's a little different. But I'm glad that I was able to onboard, and that at least starting probably, I don't know, next month, I'll be able to do work that does not require me to talk. So that's a good thing. I just like, whatever you do, just as long as I don't have to be on anybody's phone, I can type away. I just can't be on anybody's phone. And she was like, we have that. So hopefully I'll be able to pick up some more work, and that's really, really good. Okay. Update with the book. This book right here. Practicing the Presence of God. I'm not gonna edit this. This is too long, y'all. This is all too long. But Practicing the Presence of God. It's interesting. I find it very challenging, like in the sense that this man was always communing with God. Like, there's been times in my life where I felt like, especially like when I was in Germany, after a certain point where I was like, okay, well, I'm just had to trust God and walk with him through this. I was like, I felt like when the moon is in the 7th house and God is great, and wow. Don't worry about nothing. I don't have no money. That's okay. I'll be able to pay my rent. Oh, look, a friend called me to sing and do a concert. I wasn't expecting like that. And it's so funny, like, depending on the season, how you can stray away from that or whatever is going on. But this man didn't care whether he went to heaven or hell, as long as right now he was loving God. I'm not that deep. I'm not that deep. I'm not there yet. I could just say I'm not there yet. He also said this: I keep myself in his presence by simple attentiveness and a loving gaze upon God, which I can call to actual struggle, which I can call the actual presence of God, or to put it more clearly, in habitual, silent, and secret conversation of the soul with God. So this man was in constant communion with God. Who's the guy that got taken up? Enoch. This man was like Enoch, okay? Like, and then he says something, page 42. Oh, clearly that's not the page. Oh, that reminded me of mindfulness. He says, that our thoughts spoil everything, that trouble begins with them, but we must be careful to reject them as soon as we perceive they are not necessary to what we are doing at the time, nor to our salvation, and resume again our conversation with God, wherein we retain our greatest well-being. Like, that's absolutely right, though. He's right. So, yeah, he's absolutely right. There's more, but this is getting long. Update. I'm grateful for a vision board. My cousin Mookie was trying to be secretive about a vision board party on this Sunday. And I was like, girl, I found out you having a vision board party and I got the link for the Zoom, so I'm just showing up. And I did. And I made a new vision board, which is great. And everything on this vision board is just talking about the 3 major things that I want to do this year. My goals are real simple. It's to heal, it's to work, it's to love God and love people. So that's what I want to do. Heal, work, love God, and love people. And that requires discipline. So I'm calling this the year of discipline because it's going to take a lot of discipline to heal. It's going to take a lot of discipline to love God, and even more discipline to love people. Okay. And yeah. Oh, the other thing I want to do is get my joy back. Like I said, this has been so rough that like life has been a little rough. So I just got really sad and depressed, and I'm telling you, this is why I didn't like my speech therapist. Like I'm a little bitter much. That was bitter me. Bitter. It was me. And so, and snippety with a clap back that matches my West Baltimore when I want to have it accent. You know how we do. So I don't want to be that anymore. Like, girl, like that's not necessary. Let it go. Carrying right along. I have a song for the year. And maybe you guys will come up and find a song for the year too. And my song for the year is Jonathan McReynolds and Molly Music's Moving On. My verse for the year is Isaiah 18 through 19, which says, remember not the former things, nor consider the things of old. Behold, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs forth. Do you not perceive it? I will make a way in the wilderness and river in the desert. So I will make a way in the wilderness and rivers, plural, in the desert. So that's the thing. Like, behold, I'm doing something new. Go with the new. Stick with the new. Walk with God. He gonna give you something new. This is incredibly long, and I really don't. If I have to edit, it's not gonna be done. So you can watch it to the end. You don't, but I hope it was encouraging. I hope it in some ways resonates with you. I try to keep these pretty short, but I've been avoiding doing this because I tried to do it and I was just crying. So I got through it without crying this time. But I thank you guys for loving me and doing this with me. And please forgive me if I, in this past year, have been like real clapbackish to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I love you guys. And so I love you. And I hope this is beneficial, and I thought this was helpful, and I'm trying not to cry. I love you. Bye.